Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. If you're a coach or a player who wants to get better, stick around to the end of the video. I've got more information about my monthly membership you've got to check out, or click on the link below in the description. When Russell Westbrook came back to OKC as a Houston Rocket, it was as a hero who had given the fans countless memories they will cherish forever. But it was the Thunder who completely spoiled his return by reminding everyone that not only are they not in rebuild mode, they're going to be a real problem for just about everyone else in the NBA. Most of the crucial action happened in the first quarter, when the Thunder threw a 28-7 haymaker and the Rockets never recovered. Danilo Gallinari got them going early with his high post split. As Chris Paul follows his pass to the high post, he sets a screen for Gallo, who gets the handoff, hops into the shot, and knocks down the three ball for the lead. They get a similar action with the high post entry. This time it's Gallinari screening for Shea. This confuses Russ as he's supposed to switch with Harden, and he gets another great look where he's been elite all year. And a simple step-up screen will again force a switch, so they let him go to work on the smaller Harden. This has many benefits. Perhaps they draw a foul on Harden or draw a double team, but if none of that happens, he elevates and shoots over him. A guy at the top of my favorite players list is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and his footwork is excellent on his finishes, as he uses the drag screen to get into the middle, then check the right-left off both feet in rhythm, and the one-handed finish to get the ball past Capella quickly, yet soft off the glass. And the simple rip-through gets him a step, and I can't get over how much I like this bounding inside-hand layup, gently putting it in with the left hand to extend their lead to 15 points. Of course, if the Rockets are struggling to score, the first place you're going to look is James Harden, and that's where Dennis Schroeder stood out big time. Watch him blow up this pistol action by getting around the pin down and then sticking to Harden over the ball screen. He gets away with a little bit of the landing space issue, but hey, he's at home, and there's some Harden fatigue among the refs. They contain the Westbrook post-up, which we'll get to in a minute, and we know the ball will stop moving once it gets to Harden out top. Like a cat, Schroeder keeps in front of him, not reaching in, and while he goes for the shot fake, he's got enough body control to get out of the way, leaving Harden more concerned with the defense than the shot. It was Terrence Ferguson's shot at him, and while he did get screened off the ball, look at this ridiculous display of athleticism as he flies in to knock the floater away and into the hands of his teammate. Usually Harden is trickier on his footwork, but a traditional left-right didn't fool Ferguson. Excellent job of keeping Harden out of the middle on this possession, which is more important than keeping him from going left. Again, he gets beat, but he recovers from behind to block this out of his hand, and Muscala was there in time to rotate and help, forcing another Harden miss. And when Harden got frustrated late in the second, he resorted to trying to initiate the contact on his way to the hoop. Ferguson does a great job to angle his body away from the contact, leaving Harden with an awkward leaner that isn't close. The Rockets didn't really know what hit them, falling down 19 points by the end of the first. So they turned to an action they normally disdain, the post-up. But it wasn't just any post-up, it was a series of them by a guard, something I've been advocating for more of this whole season. And Russ couldn't be stopped as he mixed bully ball with pretty good footwork and the unwillingness of the defense to double team off of their shooters. As a result, he netted himself several buckets close to the basket, but the problem was none of the scoring helped them close the gap at all. Where the game got out of hand was when they ignored Russ in the left wing, daring the 23% shooter to take another three. The long rebound caught the Rockets jogging back. Harden doesn't stop the ball early enough, and with a 13-point cushion, Chris Paul feels emboldened to jack it up without numbers and straight swishes it. As the game was slipping out of hand, they forced the turnover, but on the way back down, Russ blows the inside hand layup badly. Another look at this reveals Chris Paul giving him a hyper-quick chop to the back that clearly knocks him off balance. But it's an old pro trick, he gets away with it, and in transition, Austin Rivers absolutely needs to communicate to PJ Tucker that he's closing out to the wing. This doesn't happen, Tucker steps to the ball, and that's all the room Gallo needs to get this lead over 20 points. Much of the surprise success of the Thunder is due to a certain three-man lineup that head coach Billy Donovan simply must play more together. When he puts his three guards out there in Chris Paul, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Dennis Schroeder, they lead the league in net rating for three-man lineups, and it's been devastating to the defense. While by no means are SGA and Schroeder elite three-point shooters, they do command enough gravity to allow CP3 to do his thing out of the pick and roll, primarily in the mid-range, where he's back to his old stomping grounds after avoiding these shots a little bit in Houston. He gets a lot of space to work his magic, and he's not showing any signs of age as he continues to nail jumpers over opponent big men. He leads this trio in usage rate, and there's no question on offense he's the man with the ball in his hands and uses his energy hunting for open shots from 17 feet. In this three-man lineup, Shai has become the go-to guy when the offense stalls out and they need someone to create. The pistol action didn't generate anything, so he's allowed to isolate out top, and more great footwork as he slams on the brakes by turning his right foot in to properly absorb the energy, then hops to quickly gain alignment and rhythm before knocking this one down. With this many ball handling creators on the floor, it makes it a scramble for the defense every time down. While I'm not ecstatic about the rhythm on his jump shot and the exaggerated airspace he shoots it with, he's quietly getting to the level of average from back there, which is just enough to keep the defense honest in terms of spacing. On this possession, they try to get him attacking off a handoff into ball screen, but when it's contained well, you'll see the Thunder again rely on him to do something on his own, and he uncorks a Harden step back on Aldridge, nailing another three and having me thinking this kid is really special. We already showed you the defensive stylings of Dennis Schroeder, and he's been great at that all season. And in this three-man lineup, he's got the lowest usage, but gets his opportunities where he can. And the Thunder are not shy about attacking perceived mismatches to allow Schroeder to get to the basket, where he's decent at finishing when he's got his footwork and balance right. And when you throw Adams into this mix, it's another passer from the high post that can maximize the space and the speed to generate cuts and open layups. In fact, when you throw in Adams and Gallinari alongside this trio, it's the number one five-man lineup in the league that's played at least 100 minutes. And when I say number one, it's 10 points above the next lineup in terms of net rating. That's simply unheard of. Now, I know Coach Donovan wants to preserve Chris Paul for the playoffs, but he's still playing around 32 minutes a game. It's imperative they find more ways to get these three and these five together on the floor. Without question, it's a key to unlocking more wins for them, and if Donovan can keep everyone fresh enough while maximizing their potential, then getting to the second round of the playoffs is well within their grasp, an idea that would have been laughed at before the season started, but is now a testament to the excellence of Chris Paul, the incredible development of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and the glue guy, Dennis Schroeder. So if you're a coach or a player looking to get better at your craft, you must check out my monthly membership. Every month I add more and more videos on the court to explain how to do certain skills better if you're a player and how to communicate and teach skills better if you are a coach. It's something you won't see anywhere else, cutting-edge techniques. So make sure you click the link below. I'll even give you a free video if you click it right now, and I guarantee you, you will improve your knowledge and your skill. So what are you waiting for? You win.